Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bible study for everyone. Today is day number 11, and so we are in Mark chapter 11. And once again, I'm Matt, and I'm going to be your facilitator today. So, in Mark chapter 11, there's a couple different stories that we see, but I want to hit on a couple of them that line up. And so, this is the story of the fig tree, Jesus cleansing the temple, and then Jesus talking with the apostles. And so, it starts with the story of the fig tree. Jesus goes up to a fig tree that has no fruit. And he basically says, "You will never bear fruit again." This is symbolic of a person who, from the outward appearance, looks like an alive fig tree, the same way that one did. But as you get up close, you realize that they're bearing no fruit. And then he immediately jumps into the story of cleansing the temple, which is another example of actual people who are not bearing fruit. They're doing things that are worldly, not bearing fruit for God. And then when they returned to the fig tree right after that, the apostles notice that the fig tree had withered. And Jesus shows that he has power, and he talks about the importance of faith. And so this all paints this important picture that we need to realize, which is bearing fruit is a key component to showing that our faith is growing. And so it's important for us to be judging ourselves based on the fruit that we're producing. So I want to ask you today, are you producing fruit? The word of the day today is going to be produce, because I think it's critical for us as Christians not to get caught in the trap of, I'm a good person, I believe in Jesus, and that's all that matters. No, we need to be bearing fruit for Jesus. We were given a life here for a reason, and I don't want anyone listening to this to waste it. So ask yourself today, am I bearing fruit? Don't let Jesus come to you after you've come to heaven and him say, "You didn't bear any fruit for me." We talked about this a few chapters ago, but don't you want to get to heaven exhausted? And then my follow-up question would be, don't you want to get to heaven knowing that you made an impact on this earth? And by making an impact, I mean bearing fruit. It's all symbolic. Jesus didn't put this in this order for no reason. Here's the fig tree. Here's the people that are not bearing fruit. And then here's the clarification and the importance about faith and prayer. So think about where you're bearing fruit today. Ask God to show you areas where you can bear fruit more. And we'll talk next time. See you guys.